But I'm sure I'll get there on time, even if I have to run a little bit further on down. But I'm a bit further up than normally am, so wait a minute. I think you all heard me then, I'm just saying I set off a little bit later by 5. Oh, sorry camera. 5 minutes later, so it'll make a big difference. So I'm speed walking to work. See if anyone comes in. See some people there. Want to say hi. I got to need to get to the main road. There's something I'm going to speak about in a minute when I just get up here across the road. It's a bit quieter because I'm about to reach the road in a minute. Just give me a minute too. I see 6 people, so if you are there, just say hi. They might be listening in. Just let me get across this road. See if I can make it to work on time. I was cracking around getting the water and a cup of tea to have when I get in. Hi Mandy. So, for those of you that know me anyway, and those who don't, you may have seen this on YouTube anyway, but especially if you're into what we would call spiritual community, but it doesn't just happen in that house. And I'm only bringing this up because I was just watching, if anyone knows of Pixie, and her lovely husband Cat's Magic, not one for a bit, but always resonated with them. They always resonate with people with good vibes, and a lot of the people I've resonated with and shared are all on the knowing and understanding and vibe that I'm on and the things that I, talk about. But anyway, I checked the video out with her husband on it, talking about the new age, the way that word is thrown out. And as I was listening to it, he was talking about people, the haters, the trolls, whatever you want to call them, that go onto other people's channels or sit in people's channels, but will go and do videos on people. I've had it done to me. It still goes on, but as I said, that's a reflection of the other person or people, because it's been done on a different, sort of community, to what I call it, even though they're all the same. But I'm only bringing it up because, like he was saying, he couldn't understand why people do this, especially when they're chucking the new age word out, which I always found funny. But I posted it on the community page, so you just go to the top of my channel, go over to the community page, and you can listen to it there. And I was still listening to it on the way to work, but it was the way he was saying about, these are the people that put videos up of people, the usernames, the faces, they put them up. And he was saying, I totally agreed with it. These are the people who chuck this word out, and people, because, you know, they've come into the spiritual community, is the word we like to say. And like he said, he doesn't say movement because that just sounds, you know, something beneath it. But even though this is in everything, and he was saying, and I just totally agreed, that these people are probably the ones that came into that community whenever they did, and they experienced with it. So therefore, what do they go and do? Trash everybody who uses a certain word or says something they think it's bad, and you know, that's what they do. I totally agreed with it, so I shared it because I thought there is a lot of that going on, and a lot of people are talking about it now. And it's funny, I find how people talk about it, the ones who are doing it. It's all over the channels, clear to see, because you'll see the people that they're throwing up on the channels, and they know who they are anyway. They don't seem to see what they're doing, and that's all it shows up. Because, like I said last night with the hi Janine, I think I put a few quotes or something on the community page saying, you know, someone was saying last night, which I think it was Paul Boyd actually, which is true. Your house, your friends, your financial situation, anything like that, because everything is energy, and energy comes through everything, is a reflection of you and your choices. Nobody else's, yourself. So where you live, the house you live in, you know, your financial situation, anything like that is reflected. So, you know. Sorry, I'm just laughing at a guy who's just gone past on a bike. I think I'm actually on the bike path, but really, let me show you. You see that? I think I'm stood on the bike path, and that isn't the bike path, but there's nobody on this path apart from me and the bike. So we're sort of trying to stay on this side, and sort of looked at it, then it's like, it doesn't really matter when there's like nobody on it, or, you know, makes me think of why we have roads, and we have to follow the roads, you know, and they have to put us on the roads, probably loads of shortcuts, but stick to the roads, you know, because they want us obeying. I digress. Also, it's not Janine, it's Jamie, it's because I'm walking past the bars. Yeah, some people do deal with the garbage by smoking or but like you say, you know it's not good for you, but there are ways, I think, to deal with stuff, but people use devices or whatever to help them with that. Nothing wrong with that, but most people try to go for something else, because there is other things. There's breathing techniques, there's meditation, there's all sorts that are obviously much healthier options, because like I said the other day, there's lots of stuff out there we do, you know, drink, as I said the other day, it tears holes in your aura, and that's how things get attached to people. That's why you can see it in people, you know, that do stuff like that, they get attached, things attach themselves. Yeah, definitely. Is it Roger there? I can't see because I'm walking so fast. If I get your name wrong, yeah, rules are there to be broken. But you know what I mean. You try to control us. I'm not a very good person to be controlled, and that's why I still do my thing, and I do what I do, and I do what I want, and I speak what I want to speak, and I show what I want to show, because yeah, that's just me. And I think a lot of people forget. A lot of people go on about stuff and they can get really deep out there with rabbit holes and this, that, and the other. We forget we are human. I don't think our soul is human, our spirit, but we all come from spirit. But the vessel we're in is physical, and we came here to have a physical experience. In many ways, we came here to use the senses. You can't always use physical sense in a higher vibrating body, or light body or whatever. That's why we came here to experience it. People make it out, they try to shame the human, which I think is absolutely ridiculous, because we are still human whether you like it or not. Now, the vessel that we reside in. That's how I see it anyway. Yeah, you plan to. Yeah, a lot of people are. That's why they're talking about letting go of past things, because the past is the past. It's all happening now. It's not linear as that's what we use here, but it's not. It's all happening now. People are trying to get rid of habits. They're trying to get rid of what to call it, certain routines that they get out. But it's easy. But if you're aware of that, you know, like Jamie just said, and then you'll probably start cutting it down and try and find something else that's a bit more fitting. There's something always nagging at you. It's because it's your inner self telling you, you know, it's really what you're doing. But people deal with things different ways. Like I said, that's what I said. A lot of people say, get out in nature. I like to draw. I was speaking to someone at a festival I went to, and they were going on about devices people use, and I said, well, you know, maybe the friend they were talking about, I said, maybe if they got a hobby, you know, could they get into a hobby that will help them, you know, focus on something else rather than their thoughts or whatever it is that, I don't know, you know, smoking or whatever, that it would stop from that. And also with the smoking thing, people will say in chat, seen it in a lot of people's chats about the use of cannabis and stuff like that. That's all very well, but I believe a lot of stuff, that plants are medicine. You don't constantly have medicine all the time. You know, people say that calms them down. Yeah, it does. But how are you when you're not on it? Can you control your emotions? Because I've seen people who don't. People around me, I see people on here, they're not very good without it. To me, it's for medicine. Medicines you don't take on a daily basis of like, when people are having a fag every whatever. But that's personally my thoughts on it. You know, I know it's a hard world that we're in the sense of things that are going on and stuff like that, but that's because the way they've got in, you know, those controllers, it's a war on the mind and people's mindsets. It's been working for centuries. It's especially been working over the lockdown period. But then again, a lot of people found other things to help them. A lot of it was getting out in nature. Oh, what time is it? What time is it? 6:51, so I've got a bit of work at 7 and I'm nearly here anyway, so I've done it, so I was going to be sweating my eyes off. Yeah, smoking plants is aromatherapy. Exactly, but you know, you don't constantly need it. But you know, I think there's people that might deal well in it and not deal well in it, but apart from that, I think what I put in my title is how people deal with their experiences. You know, if you dwell on it too much and constantly think about it, I'm not someone who thinks like that. My fella does. I know other people that do. And they can get themselves in a state of fear, worry and depression because you're constantly thinking of something that is in the past. You know, what I've just said now is in the past. But then it's not in the past because it's in the now. It's so funny, but anyway, like I said, you go and do something else, or you look at that situation as a message. You know, if you're having a bad experience, to me it's the universe trying to knock you on the head to say, this is not going right for you, it's not going well. Look at yourself, look at what you're doing, and try and work out what it is that you need to change. If you're not changing, you're not evolving. You're changing all the time. So, you know, thank you, Jamie. Yeah, and the other thing is, before I get to work, is I don't know why people have big problems with channels, and you watch who you watch. No one's going to like everybody. There's people that don't like me. And it's like, well, yeah, and stay in your own lane, you know. But what I also find really funny is, I remember when Ralph Smart said on Infinite Waters channel a while ago about people who put people's videos up, hate videos, and they're putting their names out, because that's been happening with me, which I just find like astonishing. It's like, what is it, my number one biggest fan? And put people's videos up, trying to say that this, that and the other on their channels. You're advertising people. So you might think, I'm putting this up because I want so many people hating this person because that person hates them. You can be advertising them to people. They go over and they may end up liking that person, especially if they see that it's not what the other person said. Vice versa as well. So when you're doing that, all the people that do that, because it's not just, you know, a handful, there's a lot of people that do it to many other channels, you're advertising it. So that's all I can say. I'm at work now, so I'm going to go. I may see you tonight, and I've got something funny I might be doing at weekend, so we'll have to see. But yeah, observe and let go. Letting go can be sometimes difficult. It can, and I see a lot of people finding it very difficult, but we're all going through it. So yeah. Right. I think my supervisor's left his lights on, so I'm going to go and tell him. And I will see you soon. Have a great Wednesday. And go and check out on my community page Cat's Magic talking about it. I totally agree with it. Yeah, thank you, Mandy.